exclusively on the MPP. Noah's my best man, if no one knew that. Of course, because we're best friends. He even said it in his best man speech that we are best friends, so you cannot deny it. It's on tape now.
Wow.
We recorded that whole thing.
Was
So,
it worth waiting for that moment?
yes.
All this time where I deny it every time. I see. I set it up. I'm just perfect. I just made a perfect,
Yeah.
decision back in however many years it's been. I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything until it's time, and then there you go.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the MPP, the Noah and Patrick podcast. And this is episode number 6. Correct?
What's on it?
Well, I'm getting conflicting things.
6.
6.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay. No one can see it
Yeah,
besides us two.
it
But
said 6.
oh yeah, yeah. Episode number
It's
6.
always the one at the top. You know?
Okay,
Yeah.
fine, fine. Hopefully everyone's having a great week. Um, I feel like a lot happened in sports. Um, well, I guess, you know, if you didn't see it on Tuesday, Noah and I went perfect last week for our picks.
We did.
Uh, but so did 5 others. So,
Yeah.
we did make up some ground in the overall standings, but we weren't the only person or, we're the
People.
only duo in these groups, but we weren't the only person to go undefeated last week. So that's kind of a bummer, but the Jets sold us. We could have got the tiebreaker, but um yeah, 3 missed field goals in the second half and pretty crazy how that all ended, but we'll take the W and we did win last night, so we are still undefeated. A week and 1 game. Shout out to the Broncos and Javonte Williams.
Yeah, Saints have looked awful since their first two great games.
Yeah, I mean Spencer Rattler's not it. They really are a missing car. I don't know when he's coming back, but man. Also Rashid Shaheed out for the season, one of their top playmakers. Out for the season. So
Yeah, Chris Olave was out for this game too with the concussion, so he did not have many weapons, but we'll see how it goes in the upcoming weeks. I think Carr's out still for another two, at least one or two.
yeah, brutal start to the season. But let's get into our headlines. Noah, what do we got?
Yeah, so it hasn't been officially confirmed, but it's looking like Russell Wilson is going to be the starting QB for the Pittsburgh Steelers on Sunday, or yeah, against the Jets, Sunday night against the
Yeah,
Jets. Um, Fields was playing great for them. A lot of controversy going on with this because Justin Fields had 10 touchdowns, only one interception. I think it was six passing, five rushing touchdowns. So he was doing both. He did have some moments, if you're watching the Steelers play, he's missing some throws. Um, just like his old habits when he was with the Bears, holding the ball a little too long, missing some wide open players. But I mean, he's been playing pretty well. He's shown a lot of improvement. I don't know how much better Wilson's going to be than Fields. I think you're just going to get a older, less athletic QB out there. Um, he might just have like a better IQ of the game right now, but I don't know how much it'll help them, especially against the Jets defense. I feel like if you had Justin Fields out there, a rushing QB, it gets you a lot out of a lot of tough situations with their pass rush. But um, I was looking, and it might not be just because Justin Fields has been playing okay or good. It could be because if Justin Fields plays 50% of the Steelers' offensive snaps this year, they have to give up a fourth rounder instead of a conditional sixth rounder to the Bears from the trade. And GMs or football GMs normally value those type of picks, the higher picks. Something that, when I see a fourth, you don't think much of a fourth, but
yeah,
um, to them, it's like gold out there. So
yeah.
um, It'll be interesting to see how Wilson does. Is interesting to see if he struggles, how quickly they yank him,
Yeah.
or if they yank him, and if they give him another chance the week after. Because this is a tough defense too to come in and play your first game against.
Yeah, I mean, I would say it was such a pretty much a surprise that, the record is 4-2. The offense, like you said, isn't smooth at times, but he's getting the job done. He's not turning the ball over. Um, I think it's just a shock. I mean, one of my coworkers is a Steelers fan, and when he heard the news, he was shocked. He's like, "Why? Why are we doing this?"
Yeah.
So. I mean, I think it's kind of 50-50. Well, maybe 25-75 how the fans feel in Pittsburgh. I think the Steelers are looking for the big plays down the field, maybe connecting more with Pickens. Maybe he's getting like um, more opportunities down the field. But yeah, scrambling in the pocket, I think Fields is definitely better. So we'll see how Russell Wilson does this weekend. And it's still not confirmed, right? It's like,
No, it hasn't been.
but
It's
that they
it's
probably
it's
have
not
to
official,
they
but
have to confirm it today, I think, is the deadline. Maybe. But we'll see. Hey,
yeah,
good for the Steelers.
yeah. Well,
Shout out to them.
very interesting how they've handled this whole situation, not confirming it.
Mike
Also,
Tomlin's never gonna confirm it until it's
yeah,
true. So
and not naming Fields the starter every week, even though it looked like he was going to start every week. He would wait
yeah,
until Thursday or Friday to announce it. So, um, yeah, interesting how that's been handled out there. Uh, like for a player morale perspective, like I wonder how that's affected everyone. But they've been playing pretty well. They've been winning, so we'll see how this goes. Next, if you have not been watching the MLB playoffs, what have you been doing? It was an amazing game yesterday, or
crazy.
if it was earlier in the day, but Yankees versus Guardians was insane. Uh, Yankees made a comeback in the eighth inning. They scored 3 runs, two back-to-back home run or 4 runs, back-to-back home runs with Judge and Giancarlo Stanton. And I mean, Giancarlo Stanton has been amazing for the Yankees this postseason. Judge started to pick it up a little bit, but he has been awful. Um, and then the Guardians. They pinch hit with their guy they call Big Christmas and just an absolute tank to left field off
A no
Luke.
doubter,
Yeah,
someone would say.
no doubter. And just the commentators too were great during that. Like that's what we need in baseball. People who find baseball boring, that's what we need is that type of reactions on home runs, especially
Yeah.
playoff time where Bob Costas was commentating the Yankees versus Royals and everyone was just hating it. He seemed very biased towards the Yankees and he
Yeah.
had no energy. So I'll be
Yeah.
interested to see if he's a announcer next year, um, or
But
commentator
Bob
next year.
Costas is just like, he's like a legend. So it's like it's hard to
Yeah,
replace someone of that stature.
yeah, but with that reaction, I think I would.
Yeah.
It was very negative. Yeah, I was like, "Where's Joe Buck?" Like, I'd rather have
Um,
Joe Buck than this.
no,
I,
get
I,
rid
would-
of
I
him.
would I would take Joe Buck over Bob Costas.
No.
Um, yeah, it would. It would. Dodgers offense has shown up. Mets pitching has been struggling. I thought the Mets might be pretty good this series because their pitching I think is better right now than the Dodgers,
Yeah.
but they have been having a tough time. Right now, the Dodgers lead that series 3-1, and the Yankees lead the Guardians 2-1 heading into tonight's 2 games. So Dodgers have a chance to win the series, go to the World Series, and the Yankees have to win tonight in the next game if they want to go to the World Series. So
Yeah. Of course, everyone's rooting Dodgers Yankees for the World Series. People are saying that if it's Mets Yankees, no one would watch. The viewership would be down because no one wants to watch two New York teams. So I think a lot of people and MLB is rooting for Dodger Yankees so they can get like the best viewership of the World Series, especially
yeah,
from last year. I mean, Diamondbacks Rangers, no way.
Yeah, and the Guardians have been pretty much struggling all series and last series to
Yeah,
score. I think before last night, they're like the middle of their lineup was like like no RBIs and was like 0 for 60 for a while there. But they did show up last night. Lane Thomas has been a great addition from the Nationals. He pretty much carried them through the Tiger series, and um, he's been playing pretty well this series too, I
yeah,
believe. So, uh, yeah, we'll see the next couple days here if the Yankees can clinch and the Dodgers can clinch it, and we'll see who's in the World Series.
yeah,
And then last but not least, we got some controversy again with Travis Hunter, Colin, Ashton Genty, a good running back, and doesn't think that he should win the Heisman because Travis Hunter deserves the Heisman because he plays both ways. A lot of people did not like that because Ashton Genty, I think, is more than a good running back. He's having a historic season. He's on pace to beat one of the best running backs ever to come out of college, Barry Sanders' record, which was like 2,900 rushing yards and 30 something TDs, and he's on pace to break that right now, which is
yeah,
insane. Um, Travis Hunter said this, no one's really seen anyone like him. I never got to him in college, but apparently Charles Woodson was doing what Travis Hunter's doing, better
yeah.
at cornerback though. Uh, and then Hunter's better at wide receiver than he was, but um, he's causing a lot of drama, stirring up a lot of Heisman drama here. Um, but Ashton Genty,
He has 95 carries and 1,000 yards, which is insane. Um, on the math there. I don't know. I mean, if he breaks the record, of course he's going to be a Heisman winner. There's no way. And it sucks to Travis Hunter, but who cares? You're going to get drafted number one overall. Like, it doesn't really. I guess you want a Heisman, but still, um, I think there's more. Travis Hunter has a better future than what's his name? What's his first name?
Ashton,
Ashton. Yeah,
Ashton Genty. Yeah.
Genty.
But yeah, he has 1,250 yards, 17 rushing touchdowns, averaging 10 yards per carry, 100 yards in all 6 games, and 200 yards rushing in 3 of those 6 games.
Yeah.
So,
And also too, Travis Hunter's like, if I had 95 catches, how many yards do you think I had? Would have. He's like trying to compare. I don't know what he's trying to say, but you know,
yeah, but if
that's
you
that's your
also,
fault for playing defense and offense. You know?
yeah, yeah, and also he said that, and if his averages are like how they are, and he got those, he'd still be less than Ashton Genty. So, um,
He's just, of course, of
yeah,
course.
it's
This is
gonna be,
what we've come to.
yeah, it's gonna be fun to see. It's probably gonna be a two-man battle there, unless I think third might be Jalen Milroe right now. But
That's a tough one.
it's definitely a two-man race right now, and I would say Ashton Genty's leading that race.
Yeah, I would bet it's one of the two. Hopefully, it's Ashton Genty. Nice running back to win the Heisman. They
Yeah,
haven't done it since Derrick Henry, I think that's what they said. Maybe
yeah, yeah.
the last
That's
running
all I
back
can
to
think
win,
of. Yeah, yeah. And if he
which
can
is
break this
crazy.
record too, that'd be insane.
Yeah,
His draft stock's soaring, so it'll be cool to see where he goes to. Bears, I'm looking at you, you know.
Cowboys.
Yeah, obviously the Cowboys. Definitely, if they keep losing, they get a higher pick. Um,
Horrible.
we'll
Man,
see. We'll see
tough
what
to
happens
be
with
a
the
Cowboys
Cowboys.
fan.
It's always tough to be a Cowboys fan. I don't even know why people celebrate it so much. They never do anything.
Yeah, but thanks for your headlines this week, Noah.
No problem.
Let's see. What am I talking about this week, huh? Big news coming from this week, last week. Devontae Adams, big trade going to the Jets, and Amari Cooper going to the Bills. Definitely helping both of those offenses. Um, Devontae Adams, it kind of looked like his time was over with the Raiders after somehow he had a hamstring injury. And I think he just didn't want to play for the Raiders. Um, he even like what is it? Video bombed Aaron Rodgers with his interview with the on Pat McAfee's show, which is kind of crazy that the news barely came out. He was
Yeah.
already in New York. He was
Day of the
already in the
trade. Yep.
building when the trade barely went through, maybe not even gone through yet officially. Um, but people are saying the Jets are going to make the Super Bowl now with Davante Adams. The Jets are still like, you know, still have a losing record. Nothing's going to change. I just think, the Jets are going to have maybe 1 to 2 more touchdowns, a game. Is that going to be enough to win games? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know how much it opens up really for that offense. They barely got the run game going last week, but Buffalo is like what bottom three in rush defense. So
Not
I
too
think
good.
most people were expecting that to happen. But still, Aaron Rodgers hasn't looked that good. We'll see if this helps at all, but I don't think it'll help as much. Um, their defense wasn't that great
Yeah.
against a tough offense, but an offense that didn't have a primary receiver. So I don't know. I
Yeah.
think they lost their defensive minded head coach, and their defense kind of went downhill pretty quick there. Um, even though their defensive coordinator took over. So
Yeah.
I
I don't
don't
know.
know.
Yeah, it's kind of strange with the Devontae Adams. I mean, he always wanted to go play with Aaron Rodgers again. I guess this deal was going to happen last year, but of course, Rodgers got injured 4 plays into the season, so it kind of delayed the inevitable. But Amari Cooper to the Bills kind of got overlooked because of Devontae Adams trade. I think it's pretty good for the Bills. Amari Cooper's going to come in. I don't think he has like a big ego like Stephon Diggs. He's not going to take over the offense, but he was pretty good, like if when he had a good QB and with the Browns, he would make some catches. He was good with the Cowboys, so
He's a
I
very
think it's
low maintenance star.
yeah,
He comes in, he does his job,
yeah.
doesn't make a lot
I
of
feel like he's
noise.
so happy he gets to play for the Bills now instead of
Yeah,
just Sean Watson not throwing him the ball. Actually, I'll say
yeah.
that.
And I think it's a good fit because he's not someone who's like give me the ball all the time, like you said. Like he's just when he gets it, he does some good stuff with it. So I mean, he's all I don't know the last time he's been under 1,000, maybe when he was hurt with the Raiders, but um, he's going to give you 1,000 yards a season. So if they can keep them past this one, I think he'd be a good addition. He's still got Shakir and Coleman coming up, so I think it's a nice fit. Um, and I bet he's happy. But yeah, the Browns are just I don't know what they're gonna do. Hopefully they just sell everyone, like Miles
Yeah,
Garrett, get some picks or something because it's gonna be
it's rough. It's rough to be
like the Browns had a nice little time where they were back for maybe like two years. And I'm sorry, Browns fans, but you guys are back in the dumps again. Like they put the paper bags back on.
it was so nice to have Joe Flacco last year, huh?
I know, and
10 and
I
10
can't
and
believe they didn't bring him back.
7. Make the playoffs. Life was good. Life was
Yep.
good.
Hey, it's time to put Jameis in there. Come on.
Oh, what are you doing?
He's pretty much the leader of the locker room already. He's always the one giving speeches and stuff, so
Yeah,
let's let him take over.
exactly. Next, the Raiders made it official, after trading Devontae Adams. They made Tom Brady minority stake owner, 5% stake with the Raiders. Um, that's fine. It was bound to happen. I think Tom Brady really likes the Las Vegas Raiders, but the thing that I'm most interested in is all the limitations now that he is a minority owner of the Raiders with his broadcast career. Um, some of the things that he cannot do uh while he is in the booth, he's not permitted to be in another team's facility. So I don't know how he's going to gain all his information for his broadcast, like for the game. Okay, you can't be in the other team's facility. Cannot attend another team's practice. Okay, well, how are you gonna, get QB interviews or discuss anything. Cannot attend in-person or virtual broadcast production meetings with coaches or players. Cannot publicly criticize officials and other clubs. Must follow the NFL's gambling policy and must follow NFL's anti-tampering policies and limited to strictly social communication with members of other clubs. So those are the limitations he has while being an owner. I mean, he did take the broadcast job because he's getting paid millions of dollars. So I don't know. I honestly I can't remember. I don't think I've seen a game where Tom Brady was commentating. I heard he's getting better, but still a little shaky.
I don't know. I mean, I don't think he's that bad. I think he's just, it's his first time doing it, so it's like, new to him and just has to get used to it. But yeah, like just sometimes when he comes in, I think it's kind of awkward. Like it's like an awkward um it just sounds awkward sometimes. But like he'll get it down, it's all timing, just all getting used to being in the booth. But yeah, I think like interviews and stuff, it's just gonna they'll figure it out. It's gonna be they're just gonna go to third party locations, neutral locations. So I don't think it's that bad. But hey, Raiders add something that they don't need again. And now he's officially retired. He can't come back and play football anymore. So
Yep. Supposedly, uh, is it Mark Davis?
yeah, Mark Davis.
Mark Davis said that he wants Tom Brady to mentor QBs in the future for the team.
Hey, if I'm a owner, that's not what I signed up for. I'd be like, hey, Mark, I own this with you. Like you can't just tell me to go mentor someone.
He's gonna be he's gonna have influence with the QBs. So
I'm sure
kind
he
of
will.
yeah, just a interesting situation, but good for Tom Brady. I guess that's
And
what you do as a retired athlete. You just buy into all these clubs.
and when you're that
Uh,
rich, yeah.
yeah, what else are you gonna do?
But maybe Mark Davis Hinton, they're gonna go QB in the draft right there.
Oh,
Little subtle hint.
maybe. And then finally, let's do, the NBA is starting next week. We only know this because we have started a fantasy dynasty basketball league.
Basketball.
Oh my God.
You got it.
Yeah, yeah.
You got it in the end.
Yeah. Fantasy dynasty basketball league. We just found out the season starts next Tuesday. So it seems like it's a great time to predict who is gonna win in each division. Sorry, I'm trying to pull it up.
Sorry if I've been sounding a little weird today. I'm a little sick, under the weather. But we pushed through. I showed up on time to my job here. Um, Not saying that someone didn't show up on time, but someone didn't show up on time. But I was here, ready to go, coughing,
Well,
sniffling.
it's a struggle to find.
I'm running out of
Running out of
I'm
things to
running
say.
I'm running out of talking points.
Okay. These are from last season, but since the season hasn't started, no one wants to put out actual division standings of 0-0. So this is what I got for you.
All right, now we can reference last season at least.
Also, shout out, fun fact, the Warriors are undefeated in the preseason.
Wow.
The last time, every time the Warriors gone undefeated in the preseason, they have gone on to win the championship. So,
Mm,
what a fact, huh?
wow.
Keeping the Warriors in the news. Okay, but first we got the Atlantic Division here. Got the Celtics, Knicks, 76ers, Nets, and the Raptors.
Yeah, I think those two teams on the bottom are going to be tanking for Cooper, Cooper Flag.
Yeah,
Um, Boston, good team overall. Uh, but I'm gonna go with the Knicks just for fun because they added Towns, um,
they added Towns. Yeah, that's
Bridges,
it.
Mikal Bridges,
Yeah.
OG Anunoby's back on a deal, long-term deal. So it's gonna be a good little team there. I think the Celtics have a good chance to win it again, but I'll go Knicks for the fun of it.
Yeah, I'll go Celtics for the fun of it. I don't think they're gonna lose 18 games. I mean, I think they're gonna lose more games this year. They had an unbelievable season last year, so but yeah, I think Celtics are still gonna take it. You know, gonna be one of the top seeds in the conference. Next we got the Central Division. We got the Bucks, Cavs, Pacers, Bulls, and Pistons.
Yeah, another one where the bottom two are tanking for Cooper Flag. Unfortunately, the Bulls I don't think are gonna be very good. But shout out to Lonzo for coming back. I'll go with the Pacers. I feel like they got a nice young team.
Yeah.
They're fun to watch, and they don't have to pay everyone yet, so they're gonna have a good young team for a couple years. Um, they've already been together for a couple years, so I'll go Pacers and then Bucks Cavs probably.
Yeah, I'll go switch it up. I'll go Cavs. Um Giannis had an interesting quote saying that if they are like not doing too great or they
You get
don't win the
traded.
championship, he's gonna get traded. So yeah, that'd be kind of interesting to see. I mean,
Sounds like he wants to get traded if they don't do good.
yeah, it sounds like he already wants to leave.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll go Cavs. Cavs, Pacers, Bucks, maybe. Ooh,
I chose
Bucks.
Cavs last year. They let me down
Yeah,
by one game.
crazy. Interesting division here. Southeast Division, Orlando Magic, Heat, Hawks, Hornets, Wizards. Probably one of the worst divisions.
Yeah, the Magic last year were my pick to win the division, and they did it. And I think they'll do it again. I don't think the Heat have added enough to. I don't even know if they've added anything, honestly, actually, um, to take over that top spot of the division. But I think the standings will look exactly the same.
I think so
They
too.
look about right to me.
Yeah, I mean the Hawks they got you just did them in the got them in the mock draft. Rish.
Yeah, they had the first overall pick, and unfortunately for them, it was in one of the weakest classes that people are saying. So,
Yeah.
but we'll
I
see. He
mean,
could be good.
gonna be interesting how he looks. But yeah, I would agree. Magic, Heat, Hawks, Hornets, Wizards. That's how it's probably going to play out. Next we got the Thunder, Nuggets, Timberwolves, Jazz, and the Trailblazers.
I think the Jazz are going to be a lot better this year. I don't have them winning, but I think they will definitely be close to the 40-45 win range. Um, but I'm going to go Thunder. I think the Thunder are just they add Caruso, they add Hardenstein. They needed that center, and they got that
Who was
center.
unfortunately out for 6 to 8 weeks, 3 months or something.
Yeah, but when he
You
comes
still have
back, they're going to be
homegrown, you know.
yeah. They have Holmgren who can play center, who will move probably power forward when he does come back. But um, that team's going to be scary, especially defensively.
Yeah.
Um, and then the Nuggets, I just don't. I just Jamal Murray is just not performing, and I'm a little nervous about how the rest of the team's going to be if they don't have that second kind of star on the team. Because Jamal
Yeah.
Murray and at times leads them to a lot of wins, especially in the playoffs, and he has not looked good since the playoffs at all in the Olympics, preseason. Not very good. So Michael Porter Jr. is gonna have to step up for something if something's gonna
Yeah,
happen there.
yeah. I think the Timberwolves catch up to the Nuggets this year. I think the Nuggets fall maybe a
I
little bit
agree.
more. So I'll go Thunder, Wolves, Nuggets, but still all three teams are gonna make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And let's see, two more divisions here. We got
Clippers.
Clippers, Suns, Lakers, Kings, Warriors.
Yeah, probably the best division. I'll go. Man, the Clippers are gonna be bad, I think, but I'm gonna go. I'll go with the Kings. I think they can do it. Added DeMar DeRozan and get a nice little score. Go along with Fox.
Yeah, I think I got Kings, Warriors, Suns, Lakers, Clippers.
Yeah, I'll probably go Kings Suns, and then I don't know. Clippers last. The other two is flop.
Yeah, I mean I'm very optimistic with the Warriors. We had an insider source tell me that morale is high with the Warriors, so um we'll see how long that gets. Buddy Hield looks great in the preseason. Hopefully he keeps it up. I think that was a pretty good addition that they made this year. Again, hopefully he keeps it up and we don't see Klay Thompson numbers 0 for 10. And then finally, we got the Southwest Division: Mavericks, Pelicans, Rockets, Grizzlies, Spurs. This one's it's an interesting group here.
Yeah, I think Rockets are gonna take a leap. Um, I'll probably still go
I go Mavs, Rockets, Grizzlies, Spurs, Pelicans.
Pelicans last. I'll probably go Rockets or Mavs, Rockets, Pelicans, and then Grizzlies first. I just don't think the Grizzlies are going to get back to where they were. They've lost a lot of those guys on that team, and they haven't really added anyone to replace them that's like at that level, you know. So I don't know. Marcus Smart hasn't been that good either since they got him.
Yeah, we'll see what happens with the Grizzlies and John Morant. I mean, Zach Edey looks good, so and Spurs look good with the Chris Paul throwing lobs to Wembanyama. Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting season for the NBA. I'm excited. I probably have more excitement because we are in a fantasy league. So
Yeah, see how that plays out. It'll be fun.
yeah,
We'll
we'll
let you guys know what the rosters look like.
yeah, we're drafting next Monday, so um we'll let everyone know who we get. 19 rounds. It's gonna be a long draft, but we're here for it. And Coco is here as well. Uh yeah, those are our headlines from this week. Let's get to our underdog picks real quick. Um Noah.
Yeah, so this week we got week 7 underdog picks. I'm gonna start off with Bijan Robinson the um, against the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle just gave up a bunch of rush yards to the 49ers. They're missing some key guys on the defensive line, so I think he goes higher than 64 and a half rushing yards there. Next, we go with Chuba Hubbard against the Washington Commanders. Um, Chuba hasn't had he only had one game under 64 yards rushing this year. It was the first game against the Saints where they got absolutely destroyed. Um, so I'm gonna go higher than 71 and a half. It just went up. But I'll still take 71 and a half. Um, and then last but not least, one of the best rookie wide receivers is making a nice little comeback against the Eagles. Malik Neighbors, I'm gonna go higher than 71 and a half receiving yards, 72 and a half receiving yards. Against the Eagles have a bad secondary.
All right. My first underdog pick this week, we got J.K. Dobbins. Higher 71 and a half yards against the Cardinals. Cardinals, you gotta choose against the Cardinals. They just aren't that great against the run. So I think this is probably our fifth week in a row choosing higher yards than against the Cardinals. My second pick, I got Jaden Daniels higher than 242 and a half yards passing. Carolina has given up 251 yards on average the last 3 games. And then finally, I'm going with Devontae Adams, the newly added wide receiver to the Jets, getting a touchdown against the Steelers. Welcome to the New York Jets, Devontae Adams with a touchdown.
Nice, yeah. So those are our picks this week for underdog.
Nice.
Yeah, there was no 71 and a half for J.K. Dobbins, but I just left it. So
What do you mean?
he
They
didn't
just,
show up.
well, that's sad.
But I showed him.
Dang it. That's what we get for doing the picks last night.
Yeah, they took it off for some reason. But everyone else was there.
Okay, that's fine.
I
They
think Chuba Hubbard, they just changed it. I just picked it less than an hour ago. So I don't know. Or about an hour ago.
happens. Hey, at least they update their site.
Yeah,
That's
it's
all we
good.
can ask for.
That's always good.
Yeah. All right. Noah, Kogo's getting restless. That is it for this episode, episode number 6. It's been a great week. Hopefully, we do well this week for the NFL. Maybe another undefeated week. I doubt it, but hopefully we do well. And we will see everyone in the next episode.
Yeah, see ya.